Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Fright Night Friday DVD Blu-ray update. So, today, we're going to sink our fangs into a whole bunch of different vampire movies that I picked up recently. Continuing with the Halloween preparation. There's quite a few that I want to do this year, and some of those are in today's batch of updates, so a little bit of a sneak peek for you. So let's check them out today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Alrighty, so first up, this one's kind of interesting. I didn't even know this existed until this year when I was perusing Amazon for, some of the more notable Dracula movies. We have Christopher Lee in Count Dracula, directed by Jess Franco. Now, this one's interesting because this came out in 1969, so this was around the same time that he was still doing the Hammer horror films, the whole series of Dracula films he did. This is not part of that series, however. This is a standalone film that he did kind of in the middle of that run for a different studio and everything. The whole idea here was they wanted to do a version of Dracula that was the most faithful to the original Bram Stoker novel that had ever been done on film before. So yeah, that intrigued me. So I hadn't heard of it before. I read a bit about it. It sounded really cool, so I picked up the Blu-ray. There is an absolute wealth of extras on this Blu-ray as well. It is an absolutely fantastic set. You've got Quad-de-Cook Vampire, Pere Portobella's expressionistic behind-the-scenes feature film. So a 75-minute expressionistic look at the making of the film. How rad is that? Audio commentary with horror historian David Del Val and actress Maria Rome. Beloved Count, an interview with director Jess Franco. A conversation with Jack Taylor. Handsome Harker, interview with actor Fred Williams. Stakeholders, an appreciation of Jess Franco's Count Dracula by filmmaker Christoph Gans. And finally, Christopher Lee reads Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, that's an abridged version of the book. It's basically condensed down to 84 minutes. But it's basically an audiobook of Dracula read by Christopher Lee. Like, how freaking cool is that? So, what a great collection of stuff on there. And I've watched the movie, actually, and I'll say this much, it's actually really good. I liked it a lot. Can't believe I hadn't heard of it until now. But we'll talk more about that around Halloween time. Next up, yet another adaptation of Dracula. This one is actually by Dan Curtis, who is most well known as the creator of Dark Shadows. Well, Dark Shadows, of course, was a gothic horror soap opera which ran for 5 years, 1,225 half-hour episodes, all of which are available on DVD, by the way. MPI put out the entire collection on DVD. But around I guess it was a little bit after Dark Shadows, he kind of went back to the roots of a lot of the monsters that featured in Dark Shadows and did adaptations of the original story. So this is Dan Curtis's Dracula, starring none other than Jack Palance, of all people, as Dracula. How cool is that? And I've heard this is actually a really good adaptation too, so I have not watched this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So take a look on the back, take a look inside. I should mention Dan Curtis also did a TV miniseries adaptation of Frankenstein. I actually do have that one on the way to me in the mail. Special features, we've got an interview with actor Jack Palance, interview with producer-director Dan Curtis, outtakes, TV cuts, Spanish and French audio tracks, trailer, and English descriptive audio or descriptive SDH subtitles. I can't remember what that stands for, but it's the descriptive subtitles that for people who can't hear. So pretty cool. So 2 notable adaptations of the original story. Next up, we have Dracula versus Frankenstein, which has an awful cover. Has a great cover, but is apparently an awful movie. So I'm really looking forward to it. And there we go. So this is from 1971. This actually features Lon Chaney Jr. as the monster in one of his final screen appearances. So kind of historically notable there. There we go. Just spinning it around. Very nice. And for extras here, I actually got quite a lot of stuff here. Audio commentary by writer-producer Sam Sherman. Deleted scenes, an original TV spot, 8mm movie location footage, original theatrical trailer, behind-the-scenes photo gallery, deleted scene, Forrest J. Ackerman and Dracula. That's pretty cool. Documentary, producing schlock, and an alternate ending. So there you go. So Dracula versus Frankenstein. Another one I hadn't really heard much about. It just kind of popped up out of the blue, for me anyway, when the Blu-ray was announced. So I thought, what the heck, let's check it out. So that's it for kind of the Draculas, and then we got some other stuff that's sort of peripherally related. First up, we have Countess Dracula, which is basically kind of an alternate take on the Countess Elizabeth Bathory story. It's not Elizabeth Bathory, though. It's Elizabeth Nadazdi. I don't know why, but it stars Ingrid Pitt, and this is from the latter era of Hammer films when they were getting a little bit more into exploitation horror. So lots of boobs in this one, boobs and blood and babes, basically. But a great star turn for Ingrid Pitt. Not often that she gets to take sort of the lead in the movies that she's been in. So then if we open this up here. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning so much. So tired. Basically, just have a product catalog for Synapse Films. And we've got the DVD and the Blu-ray there. Sorry, trying to get rid of the glare. And we have an alternate cover there. So it is a reversible cover. That's actually pretty sexy one there. I might switch around to that one. Anyway, so special. Oh, I see. It's kind of like the NSFW cover. It's got artist's rendition of boobs, but it's art, so it's okay. I can show it to you. Anyway, annoying clip there. We'll just push that down. So extras on here. We got audio commentary with actress Ingrid Pitt and director Peter Satsky. Sorry. Screenwriter Jeremy Pohl and author Jonathan Southcott. Immortal Countess, the cinematic life of Ingrid Pitt featurette. Archival audio interview with Ingrid Pitt. Still gallery, theatrical trailer, and reversible cover artwork. So very nice edition from Synapse Films. They've actually released a bunch of Hammer's later era stuff. Their sort of exploitation horror stuff. I basically plan to get all of them. I want to get all of the Hammer stuff because there's quite a lot that I have not seen. I've seen just one here, one there. I'd really like to sit down and watch the whole thing because their Dracula movies and their Frankenstein movies all have a continuity to them. Like they actually are a continuing story, so that's pretty cool. Next up, you may recall many Halloweens ago I reviewed the DVD edition of this, which was in a good old snapper case. Well, we finally got it on Blu-ray. Salem's Lot. This is the full 3-hour miniseries version. Special features include a feature-length audio commentary by director Toby Hooper and the international theatrical trailer. And that is it. This, again, is just, much like the DVD version I had, it is just the miniseries version, which is, of course, the fuller version of the story. We do not have a Blu-ray, I believe, of the movie version. There's an alternate cut of that, with quite a lot removed. It's basically half the length of the miniseries, but it has some other stuff I think added in, so it is kind of a full alternate cut. And last but most certainly not least, this is something I've been wanting to get in the collection for a very long time. I found it really cheap at the Walmart summer blowout sale. We have the Munsters, the complete series. Yes, both seasons in their entirety. This is a re-release version with the basically in 2 keep cases. So very nice. It's all 70 episodes. Very cool. Rosie and I have actually been enjoying watching these together. She really digs it. She was looking up pictures of Fred Gwynn on Google image search afterwards just to kind of see what he really looked like and stuff like that. Really love this show a lot. Growing up, this was the one I tended to prefer over the Addams Family because this was the one that had actual monsters in it. Now as an adult, in terms of which one I think is the better show, honestly, I have to go with the Addams Family. I just think it's a little bit more, smartly written, I guess. This one's a little bit more slapsticky. But you know what? Honestly, I love them both. I enjoy them both for different reasons. I think I'll always have a soft spot for the Munsters because of my love of the Universal Monsters. And that's one of the reasons I picked it up right now, is because I'm planning to revisit the Universal Monsters a little later this year, and I've always kind of tied this in with that. It's like the comedy version of those monsters, And it's such a great cast, especially I love Fred Gwynn and Al Lewis, like just two such hilarious and expressive comedic actors. Like those faces, both of them just had such expressive faces, just amazing. And just such a treat, such a treat. So it's great to be finally able to watch this again. I think I've picked up some other Munsters DVDs in the past. Like I got a double feature of the 2 movies. The movies are included on this, by the way. It does include, like, everything that was on those single discs that I picked up a while back is actually in this set. So if you get this, you have everything. You don't have to worry about missing anything. In terms of extras, I think there's some extras on here. We got a few things actually. So it has the colorized version of the family portrait episode. I don't know if that was colorized or if it was done in color, because it also has the unaired pilot episode, which is just a 15-minute pilot, basically a pitch episode to show the network. And the interesting thing is that pilot was actually shot in color. And the series actually could have been done in color, but apparently the studio didn't want to shell out the extra $10,000 per episode to do it in color, so they did it in black and white. Fred Gwynn, More Than a Munster. Yvonne DiCarlo, Gilded Lily. Al Lewis, Forever Grandpa. America's First Family of Fright, an in-depth examination of the cast of the show and their place in television history. And the 2 feature-length movies, Munster Go Home and The Munsters Revenge. Yeah, Rosie and I actually watched the first movie a while back. That's the one that features Herman in the race with the racing the coffin car, the Dracula. The Dracula apparently only appears once in the show, and then again we see it in the movie. Funny enough, the episode I just watched the other day was actually featured the origin of the Munsters family car. I had no idea there was an origin story for that. I thought that was really cool. So, it was basically Lily wanted to get a birthday present for Herman, so she went to thought he could use a new car. So she went to the local car dealer, found a hot rod that she really liked, and then found a hearse that she really liked, and told them to mix the 2 together. Like to take bits of one and the other and then put them together into one, like, ultimate car. And that's what they did, and and then at the end of the episode she presents it to Herman, and it's the Munster family car, which has become so iconic. It was amazing. So so anyway, that is it for the updates this week. So some pretty cool stuff there. Definitely got an upgrade and a bunch of new stuff. Definitely recommend you check this one out. I really liked it a lot. I should mention also it's not widescreen, oddly, which is because It's just for budgetary reasons, but because it's from 1969, it was definitely well into the widescreen era. I know most of the Hammer films are widescreen, but this one was not for some reason. I don't know why. Oh well. Oh, and I should mention, it also features Klaus Kinski as Renfield and Herbert Lom as Van Helsing, which is pretty cool. You may recall Herbert Lom as was it Inspector Dreyfus from the Pink Panther movies. Yeah, he was the one who was always trying to kill Clouseau, his boss that he drove insane. Yeah, well, he plays Van Helsing in this. It's pretty cool. Anyway, have yourselves a great week. I'll see you next Fright Night Friday for whatever. Scare you good and plenty. Alrighty, so yeah. So big thanks to Patreon sponsors for the ongoing support. Really appreciate it. All you guys and gals are awesome, helping to keep the magic alive, helping to keep the horror alive. And I really appreciate that. And big thanks to you, fine folks, for watching. And we'll see you next time. Until then, sayonara.